And we're back. We are back. What's up, guys? How you doing? This is Organic Football. My name is Saro. I'm your host. We are 4 days and 20 hours and, 2 minutes away from our fantasy football draft. Some of you have already drafted. Maybe not the best idea. No, just kidding. I know people's have busy schedules, but we draft on Sunday. Looking forward to it. Joining me today, I've got Brad, Rich, and Matt is back from Hawaii. Matt, how was your trip, man?
Hawaii. It was
Hawaii.
excellent.
It's always correcting me,
That's all right. I'm a native now. I spent a week there, and
exactly.
I'm a local. I've basically embraced the island lifestyle, and I've taken it back with me for
Love the hat.
Watching.
It's a very nice hat.
It's a very special place. It's a cock.
What is that?
Yeah, okay. All right, it's a cock. Yeah.
It's
a colorful cock. Yeah, but it's still a cock.
I'm a big fan
and shiny. Wow, he got it. He loves it so much, he's put it right on his head.
I love it.
Moving on. Hey, good to have you back.
Aloha.
Brad, what's up, Brad? How's it going out there?
Hey, man, I'm just happy. I set my draft values last night, so I will not get shafted this year in the draft, so I'm pretty proud of myself.
Preparation. I love it. Rich, what's up, man? How's it going?
Getting ready, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I love the draft. So I'm definitely stoked for that. And like you said, people need to push back their drafts as far as they possibly can. Jonathan Taylor news only came out today. Like, we only get final word on that today. So today's cut down day. You got to get past that before you have your draft. So if you have already drafted, talk to your league mates and try to get them to push that back. At least,
better yet, become commissioner and just do it yourself.
Yeah, and just take care of it. By the way, are you going to change all the settings, Commish?
Already did.
Get on that. Oh, nice. I didn't look as of yesterday.
And
I
threw
to
an
our listeners
in there that no one knows about either.
Oh, great. I'm going to scour through the app later.
I'll find it.
To our listeners, thanks for listening.
Impressed.
Do us a favor and give us a subscribe on YouTube. We are on YouTube now, so just look up Organic Football and you can watch the show and listen to it at the same time. So just hit that subscribe button. We're also on Spotify and a handful of other streaming apps. So thanks for listening. So anyway, season's coming up.
I just got lost in my phone because I pulled up the YouTube broadcast. We're live right now.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at our own faces.
I guess that's what live means, right?
We're on.
I guess that is
what
live
means.
It's like that Inception. It's like that Inception.
Yeah, we're live. We're live. So, yeah.
A dream within a dream.
Oh, so is the one viewer you?
Yeah, that's me.
should we? We should all get on and we'll have 4 viewers. Not bad.
Ooh.
All right. Oh. Too much screen.
You guys mentioned that fantasy drafting, and
yes.
I'm in that snake draft that me and Rich are on. And it worked out for me because I picked up Brock Purdy second to last round, and now he has the starting position.
Mm-hmm. It was almost Mr. Irrelevant in that league too.
Yep.
Matt, what was your draft grade? Rich got like an F- or something.
Yeah. So I look at those things, and they're totally pointless.
It's garbage.
They're just like the projections. What do they mean?
They're totally pointless unless you get an A, and then you're like, "Hey, dude."
Matt, did you get an A, Matt? Did you get an A?
I got an A minus.
Right? A-. That's why he's like, those things don't matter. What'd you get? A-.
I'm being modest, But I think it really just goes on like average draft order of who you got, So if you're picking players that isn't
that's a computer just spitting it out.
Right.
That's what we went through last week. Was like, I feel like I go for more sleeper type picks as I go through drafts. So I'm obviously going to be quote unquote overvaluing it within their systems. I drafted Bijan Robinson instead of Austin Eckler. So like they're immediately going, oh, what do you do that for? Like, well, I do that because
the computer off.
Right.
Yeah. I feel smart.
A lot of people are put off.
I love Bijan. I know.
No, I love Bijan. I love him number 4 spot, not the 3 spot.
I was in the 4 spot.
Oh, then 5 spot.
I had the ability to draft Austin Eckler though, and I did not. I said no, thank you. I picked Bijan Robinson.
Bold.
Because I love that man. I think he's going to be fantastic. I think he's going to be the number 1 back. So why not? I want the number 1 back on my roster. in every league I'm in.
So we know who Rich is paying for. Sorry, you're paying for Rodgers.
I don't know, man. We'll
Rodgers.
see what
Then I'm
happens.
taking him.
I have a huge study session on Saturday before our draft, so I like to cram it in right at the end and show up prepared. I've got a ton of PDFs ready to go for the draft, so I'm gonna sit in the corner by myself so nobody can read off my notes this year.
Where do these
So-
PDFs come from? What
I just-
sites do you like?
NFL.com.
ESPN?
NFL.com. Yeah.
Yeah, don't
That's the-
use Yahoo. Nothing from Yahoo.
No, or CBS or
No,
a couple.
yeah.
Yeah. No, NFL or
Even-
ESPN for sure.
Even ESPN, I like to dial it down to like a few specific analysts that I trust more
Mhm.
than the other ones. When they go to consensus, or there's a few of those guys, I'm like, I do not agree with them. When we get our weekly rankings, I'm like, oh man, there's always the one guy. I think it's Eric Moody. I'm like, he's always low on all of my players every time. I'm like, come on, buddy. So
Actually, now that you bring that up, I think I'll pay more attention because on the app, there's a ton of information for you to read on the ESPN app. So most
Yeah.
people don't read it, me being most people. So I'm going to start paying attention to it a little bit more and rely less on the predictions and the number next to it. So, try to be a little
Like,
better.
I'm
this
not
year.
sure if you've read this in like ESPN sites or anything, but if they're saying draft Trey Lance, I would say no.
Right.
Do not.
yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
You might want to call Jerry
Don't
Jones
draft
first.
him.
What
Don't
is
care
Jerry
what
Jones
situation
think?
he's
Trey
in.
Lance?
There's a great meme out there. It's like it's a picture of Patrick Mahomes blurred and then Trey Lance because they both wear the thing and have curly hair. And Jerry Jones is like, he thought he was getting Mahomes. It's like, oh shit.
Jerry
Pretty
Jones is too old. He's like,
Dude, I wish
I
we
think
can.
that's him.
I should have had that ready on the. I saw it earlier
Okay.
today. So, but Trey
Yeah,
Lance,
Jerry-
I have a
Jerry
theory
Jones
about
for-
Trey Lance.
What do you got?
Dak Prescott gets hurt every year, and
Yeah, but they're gonna go to Trey Lance.
well, I mean, who else are they going to go to?
They-
There's a
I
lot
mean,
of other
they-
quarterbacks that could've
And
went
they got him for a
Or-
fourth round, and they have to pick up
Fourth
his last
rounder.
like $8 million of his contract over the next 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a deal for Jerry. Jerry's got money.
Wow.
Jerry
I don't know if it's a
overpaid.
deal.
Jerry
Yeah.
overpaid.
I think
they-
Jerry took
they-
a gamble. He took a gamble.
He
He's
could have
getting an
waited a
F
year. He would have been
minus.
free.
It's a gamble.
No. He was about to either get cut or traded. There was a couple other teams that were involved. They were offering up a sixth, and Jerry Jones went ahead and said, here's a fourth, and sold the deal, got it done. Jerry
Sold man.
didn't even talk to his coach before he did it.
Right.
He didn't talk to his coach. He didn't talk to Dak. He got it done. He just got it done with a fourth round deal. He's one of those, like you said, one of those owners who just like makes moves. He
But
just does what he does.
Did he
The
have a
truth
cowboy
is,
hat
I
on
mean-
when he shook his hand, or no?
An actual
I
cowboy.
feel like
hat.
he has to.
Did he do the
He'll blow
cowboy
all the time.
But we don't really know what Trey Lance is capable of because he's always injured or not starting or whatever.
That's what he's
But ma-
capable of.
this- but
Staying
this
injured.
is- This is the dice Jerry Jones is rolling because if Dak goes down and Trey rolls in and shuts down all the critics, which is probably likely not going to happen, but who knows? But I think Jerry Jones was like, yeah, he calculated it. He's like, yeah, let's do this and see what happens. So
Yeah, but that's
I
like him
mean-
wasting all those picks on wide receivers just because they're super, super fast. He was wrong every single time. I just feel
The
like he was
ironic
wrong
thing
there.
too is that
Yeah.
they end up cutting
Historically.
their backup quarterback, which is Will Greer, who actually was tearing it up in the preseason. In his last preseason game, went out there and lit up the whole field. And I'm just like, why? Why do that? Why give up a fourth for Trey Lance? In my opinion, everybody's always kind of like stuck up for Trey Lance. Said, oh well, like we've never seen him. He's never gotten a real chance, which is actually true. But if you think about it, organizationally, San Francisco has had him in the building for years. And San Francisco is great evaluators of talent when it comes to people in the building. And they've never once been impressed by him. They go into this offseason, they say, we need somebody else. We get Sam Darnold. That tells you that to me tells me everything I need to know about Trey Lance.
they
There's
were
no-
so high.
They thought
on this
Jimmy
guy.
G was better, Sam Darnold, and Brock Purdy.
Yes. These guys are not lighting it up. They're not the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And they're like far and away better than Trey
Yeah.
Lance.
Well, we'll see what happens with Jerry and his decision. I mean, he
Dak was
probably
pissed.
won't even suit up. Yeah,
Dak was kind of pissed. He
it
sounded
might
bent
be
about it.
it might be like a little bit of an insurance policy, like I'm thinking, like it's just a dice
It
roll. And it's like,
is.
you know what? This guy won't even suit up this year, but if Dak goes down, then he might have to suit up. So when Dak
The
goes
insurance
down,
policy would be putting half your money on black, not red. This is like putting all your money on number 13. Like,
it's bad luck.
it's a fucking
bad
long
luck.
shot. Yeah. It's a long
So
shot.
yeah, okay. So you're saying it's less of a 50-50 and more of a 1 in 36 or however the hell. That was a roulette
38 or
reference,
something.
guys.
Yeah.
Just,
Roulette references.
oh yeah.
for the-
And
for the
double
gamblers.
0 and 0. I love roulette. Anyway, we can't talk about roulette right now. All right,
Sure
Trey
we
Lance. See what happens.
Let's play NFL roulette. Boom, go.
NFL
Spin.
roulette.
Caleb Williams just
We
popped
need a
up.
board.
Caleb Williams. Love that guy.
Love him.
Love that guy, man. And every time I see any tape on that guy, I am just like, oh boy.
I know.
If
he
we get
literally
the
did a
opportunity-
cartwheel and then threw a touchdown pass. It was crazy.
I didn't get the notes earlier. I was trying to look this up. What
You're gonna have to
were you
send that
trying to
to
get
me.
me to watch? Can we broadcast it on here?
No. we tried.
Probably not allowed, but I mean,
It was just
what
like a
are they-
50-yard
what are they gonna
back throw off the back foot dime he threw in between like
okay.
3 defenders. Like literally he was jumping
So-
backwards
crap.
and threw the ball.
Oh, and it was like not only that, it was a poor snap. So they're out of the shotgun. Poor snap. Like he has to go run over to the ball, corral the ball as the blitz is coming, and then on his back foot just barely gets it planted, and then just chucks it like 50 yards over
Perfect
the
stride
over
in
the
between
entire
defenders.
defense, and then the receiver just catches it in stride pretty much and touchdown.
Dude,
The
have
guy-
you ever thought of the irony of this? Like if Cardinals tank, like they're in full tank mode, they get the number 1 pick. They could literally go pick Caleb Williams. So Kyler Murray came in here with Josh Rosen thinking, ha ha ha. They just 2 years ago, they wasted a pick on you. And now look at you, you're out. And bam, exact same shit's gonna happen to him. 2 years and you're out, bro.
At least for Kyler, he gets paid. Kyler got paid.
That's
bro.
true.
Lots of money.
Kyler got his monies.
Lots of money.
Yeah.
He'll be at least still smiling when that happens, if it happens.
Well, he won't.
Something tells me he's gonna have a little sad look on his face no matter what.
There is something that could happen though, guys, because Caleb Williams could decide to stay in college for 1 more year.
Oh, please. That's stupid.
I've heard that.
That's a really dumb thing that people will say. Like, yeah, he
Yeah.
should avoid the Cardinals. He should pull an
Right.
Eli Manning or whatever, and say he won't play here, or
Who would do
whatever.
that?
He's not going to do that. The money you make as the number 1 overall pick straight out the gate far outweighs any money you're going to make as the USC quarterback with an NIL deal or whatever. And quite frankly, you just don't do that. I don't think it happens in today's NFL. I think you just get paid. You go to the organization, you start your NFL career.
You know,
Especially
and-
if-
You realize Eli came from a family where Archie Manning was established quarterback. Peyton Manning came in and he was the top of the league. So everyone thought, this is the next guy. If he doesn't sit out, like we have to do something. Caleb Williams is just himself. People like he could get hurt. I feel like it was a little bit of a different scenario. And plus that was a different time than it is now. So
I'm going to try to share this YouTube link here real quick and get us some traffic. Maybe we'll see.
Oh, on one of the social media
I'll
sites.
go to Instagram and get it posted on there and see if we can get some
the instance.
listeners, some watchers.
Well, while you're doing that, if we're
Let's talk
still on the
Jonathan
card.
Taylor
We're
real quick.
Who? I thought we're on the
Jonathan Taylor.
Cardinals. Are we doing Cardinals or
Well,
NFL?
Well, kind of weird, but we
I'm
can go back.
you,
Go back?
you know how Brad is.
You know how we are.
Yeah.
I'm just
He
reading the
doesn't
banner,
wanna
man.
talk.
I don't know.
I don't
He
I'm
just doesn't
confused.
want to talk.
It
He
just
doesn't
says
wanna talk.
Arizona down there. So you want to go back to let's go back to NFL. We got a few more things
Well,
to
look,
cover in the
watch
NFL.
this.
I mean, he could be a Cardinal.
Oh, beautiful. No, we're gonna
Look,
go
he could be a
Look at
NFL.
us.
Cardinal. Who knows?
It's organic.
True.
Jonathan Taylor
Tate-
could get traded to the Cardinals.
Jonathan
Mm.
Taylor.
Mhm.
So today was
That's new
the
news, yeah.
the imposed deadline for Jonathan Taylor. So I don't think he is getting traded. Sounds like he's going to be put on the pup list by the Colts. And so that's why I say anybody who drafted last week, pretty much SOL. I think we're going down the Le'Veon Bell path here. Doesn't seem like they're going to come to an agreement. He wasn't able to find a fair value trade, as the team has put it. So it sucks, man.
Can I ask, what is he so bent about? I know he's on a crap team, but I mean, money?
He wants the money. Yeah, he wants the money, man. He wants to get paid.
But if
I don't blame him. He deserves to get paid, in my opinion. That's what I've said. It's like he's one of the top 5 backs in the league. I think those guys are separated as for their value, what they can bring to a roster. I kind of think it should happen, but
the Colts probably want way too much for him. Is that what's going on?
Colts are probably looking. I think they said they were looking for a first-round pick, which was never going to happen. So I don't know. I don't know where the teams came in at. I know the Dolphins and the Bears were rumored to be interested. The Dolphins had an offer in. Did not happen though. So I don't know. It looks bad. It looks bad, and right now it looks like Jonathan Taylor probably won't play. I would go out and pick up. A lot of people are projecting Deion Jackson, which is the guy who filled in last year and did very well. I have heard really good things and seen really good things out of the other guy there, Evan Hull. So for people who have drafted and are already in leagues where you're screwed over by Jonathan Taylor, I would suggest Evan Hull as the backup.
Hey, real quick, we got to rate a squad real quick.
Yep.
Z-Money,
Rating?
10-man PPR.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
10-man
We got
PPR.
to rate a squad. Yeah, we got Etienne, Stevenson, Andrews, Pickens, and CD, JJ, and what's T-Law?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor
T-Law, yep.
T-Law, bro.
Got the stack there
That's
with
my
Trevor
favorite.
Lawrence and Etienne.
This is our first ever live question.
I like it.
Who sent that in?
Z-Money
Z-Money
XB. Where are you from? If you're still around, where are you from? Where are you shooting us these questions from? We just like to know. I won't ask.
I would probably go with a B+ on that. B- maybe. I like the Andrews pick. That's a solid one. Yeah.
Rich, are you putting a squad in your radometer on CBS Sports?
Trevor Lawrence is literally
I'll rate it myself
right there. He could be top 5.
He is from California and a Cowboys fan. A ton of Cowboys fans in California. I have a lot of family there that loves the Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb's huge.
CeeDee Lamb. Okay, I like this.
Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson. Make that an A-. I didn't realize that was JJ.
JJ.
I mean,
that's a beast duo.
I'd still like to know what the depth is a little bit down there. What's your bench looking like? But I definitely give it a B+. I'd say B+ to an A- somewhere in there.
Yeah, I go A- with Andrew, CD, and Justin. That's pretty beast. And you got Trevor Lawrence as your value.
Yeah.
I mean, you got some 2 top 5 wide receivers, a top 3 tight end, and in my opinion, a top 5 to 7 quarterback. So,
right.
Said it. He said his bench is not so good.
I see that.
But dude, that's where you make up.
It's a long ass season, man. Like this squad you have, it could be half gone by week 7. You just don't know what's going to happen. So, love it.
I think Trevor Lawrence is a solid quarterback though this year. He's going to be undervalued. I think when you can pick him up, like in our league, we'll probably pay under $10 for him, and I think he's going to be a great value.
Damn, you think that low? I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's going to throw 4,000 plus yards. I'd probably say like at least 30.
Our numbers are always off. I always think certain players are going to go for higher, but because
that's tough. That's tough, and that's part of what you do as a salary cap manager is you have to go in. Okay, I think it's going to be $10, but as soon as something changes, every player that goes off the board. That's why that's your job to go, oh, okay, I need to reevaluate my market here so I can see what I'm looking at,
And so if he's the first person off the board, he might go as much as 18-20 because people are like, oh, I need a quarterback. I have all this money.
Yeah.
If everyone's already spent their money and he's one of the
you're right. It
7th, 8th quarterback on the board, It's
I
5
can't see him
$8
getting
someone has money.
nominated in the top 20 or 25. I don't know. I mean, there's quarterbacks are not going to be the first to be nominated in our league if I know my league as well as I do. So it'll be running back heavy, and then so let's see. So Z Money,
I
is
like
this
that
a
Anthony
snake
Richards
or
bench for QB. That's nice.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah,
Khalil
I like that a
Herbert,
lot.
I love that. I
Herbert?
don't think
Mhm.
Alan Lazard. I mean, I don't think this is
Oh.
necessarily a bad bench.
No, not a bad bench. Alan Lazard is actually really undervalued this year. I think
Jordan Love, I
his
think,
connection with Aaron Rodgers is what's going to like really transcend. Garrett Wilson's going to take a lot of coverage. So that second wide receiver, we've talked about that a lot, Brad, is that second wide receiver, when you have a true stud there, there's as long as that receiver, like even Jordan Addison in Minnesota, he's gonna catch he'll probably get about 80 receptions this year just because of the attention that'll be drawn. But yeah, I love that Anthony Richardson pick. That's nice because when I like picking Anthony Richardson when I don't have one of my top 3 quarterbacks in my list, if I'm going to pick Anthony Richardson as much as I can, because
don't panic if he's not great right away.
Right. Hold on to him. Give him that 6-week span to really like start to shine. And then if he's what I think he is, and he's a guy who can go out there and average 20 to 25 points, then you'll have a trade chip when it comes to Trevor Lawrence. I think that's a great way to play it.
Yeah, and that's the thing you said too. This is only his second year in the league. Really try and open those trades. Trade windows with people. Talk to them about players. If people are down on people, try to trade someone that's hot. And that's one way you can really, if you have a bad injury, you have a bad draft, you can really kind of recoup and kind of make a solid team.
And if they're all going off of the highlights and you invest a little bit of your time into actually watching the football, that's what I say is the more football you watch and actually see with your eyes, the more information you actually get. There's a lot of stuff you can do from just numbers. There's a lot of people who play just analytically based, but I think the vision test, the eye test of seeing these guys on the field and how they perform is huge. That's when I pick up all those guys.
Like they could have an 80-yard run for a touchdown that got called back for a hold. That never sees the stat sheet.
Yeah, that doesn't see the stat sheet.
He's got that breakaway potential. Like he got hold there. He's gonna break one soon. Let me put him on my radar. Let me try to trade for him before he gets hot. And then that's what I got Justin Fields last year. He was just starting to get hot, and then 2 more games of him going up for 40-50 points, he's off everyone. He's on everyone's radar then. So you do have
that's key. That is what we key in on during the season is you want to be a week early during the season when it comes to waiver wires, maybe even 2 or 3 weeks, depending on what the situation is with a player. When I start to see a running back get a few more touches in a game and be effective with those touches, you have to start paying attention. That's the big thing. Like he has Khalil Herbert. I would say that's a good pick, and I do think Khalil Herbert's very good. I would keep an eye on Rashawn Johnson. He was a backup to Bijan Robinson during Bijan's year at Texas, so he almost never played, but he's a great player. So if you start to see a little bit of an uptick from Johnson, that's the time to say, okay, I need to shift off of this.
Z Money, Cowboys to the Super Bowl. Yeah, keep us informed. Chime in every once in a while. Let us know how your team's doing. If your roster still looks the same. And,
if Dak stays healthy,
I
don't think they're necessarily going to the Super Bowl, but they're going to be a great team. Tony Pollard,
if Dak stays healthy every time.
They got a great defense.
That defense is a very, very good defense. I try.
Yeah,
they also picked up Brandon Cooks this offseason. I think that's a really undervalued signing.
Yeah, but he rode on the wrong plane. You hear about that?
No,
what?
Yeah, he got on the wrong plane. Jerry Jones was all pissed off about it. He's like, yeah, that's where the real playmakers are, and he was on the wrong plane.
Oh man, I'm looking it up.
Whoops.
Cowboys.
Well, he runs the right routes.
It's okay. No, yeah.
But I'm telling you though, the Giants are a very well improved team. So the Giants are no one to mess with anymore. They got Darren Waller, Daniel Jones is a beast. Saquon Barkley's good. They don't necessarily have the defense like the Cowboys, and you got Philly, who Philly is nasty.
It's a tough division. Tough division.
So that's a
for
tough
sure.
division. So they do have to come out of that and then still get past all these other teams. So I don't know if they're going to the Super Bowl, but I do like them to, win 10 plus games this year.
Yeah, the Cowboys are solid for 10 to 12 wins almost every year right now with that defense, with the offensive pieces. I hope they deliver the ball to Tony Pollard quite a bit. If they could really focus in and let him be the star that he is, that would be great. Run the ball, run the rock.
Okay.
And they picked up that little guy, Deuce Vaughn. Have you seen him?
No.
Deuce Vaughn, he's about 5'5". He's like crazy. I like that guy. Like, I don't think he's going to really chew into Tony Pollard's production or time, but he's a valuable little piece, man. He's crazy. He's hard to tackle.
I'm pretty sure that the only position you can get away with being 5'5" in the NFL is your running back, because those linemen are all 6'4", 6'6".
Yeah.
And when you're 5'5" running behind them, no one can see you. So
Right.
you can just skirt past that first line and then just get 5-6 yards. That's what Sproles did. That's what he was so
He's
good.
elusive. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Sproles.
Quick.
He's definitely a lot like Sproles, man. I like that guy. Yeah. You were talking about the Giants. Yeah, I worry about their wide receiver situation. I do think they are a very talented team, but they do not have like a true legit wide receiver one. So that's tough. I think their wide receiver one is Darren Waller.
Yeah.
That's their wide receiver one. I think he will kill the targets in that room, and then everybody else is just meh. Like they're decent, but they are not number one wide receivers. So that's a little tough. That's tougher on the offense. But you run your offense through Barkley and through Waller, you should do pretty well. Yeah.
And Daniel Jones can rush for 100 yards in the game.
Daniel Jones is very I don't think people get that about him, but he is a runner. He definitely
because he looks like Eli, but he runs fast. It's weird. People are like, wait, he looks like Eli, but how is he running? And he didn't trip.
Is that who we were debating on how much he would go for last week, or no? Who the hell were we talking about last week? I thought they'd go for much higher, and you thought lower, and I don't remember. Anyway, I thought it was Daniel Jones. That's why I brought it up.
I think you might be right.
I don't think Daniel Jones would go for much in our league.
No, so I thought he'd go for more, like 10, 12.
I think 5. I was saying 20, but I don't know if it was Daniel Jones. Now that it was a quarterback, I know that, but I don't remember who.
Go to the tape.
Well, yeah, go to the tape. Can anyone do that? So,
no.
Any other cuts you guys want to talk about? You got we can talk about a couple of different ones, but what about the Patriots? Got rid of all their QBs except
Patriots
for
did. They got rid of
Mac
all
Jones.
their QBs except for
they brought in Dobbs.
Huh? What'd you say?
Josh Dobbs. They brought in Dobbs, right?
Oh, the Cardinals. The Cardinals.
Yeah. No, the
Cardinals.
Pats.
The Cardinals cut.
Yeah.
Cardinals cut.
Oh, Pats cut.
McCoy.
I think the Cardinals cut.
Patriots. No.
Yeah.
Well, the Cardinals cut McCoy, so I went on there. So.
Yeah. McCoy's out.
Did.
No, So what are the Patriots going to do? By the way, do you have any idea?
So it's Mac Jones. I think they'll just go out and pick somebody up. I thought it was surprising because they had a young guy, Malik Cunningham from Louisville. He was really good. I really liked what he brought to the table. He's a dual threat type of guy. So I was just surprised. And there's a lot of people who are surprised because Bailey Zappi was playing really well last year and got a lot of respect from a lot of players in that locker room. So I'm surprised because I've always felt like Bill Belichick hasn't really wrapped his arm around Mac Jones very well. But here he is as the only lone quarterback on the roster. So definitely interesting. If Malik Cunningham needs a chance.
You think Belichick kind of sees the potential in Mac Jones? Because when Mac Jones plays well,
he's had a heart on him from day one. He loves Mac Jones.
It's a love-hate, though. Sometimes it looks like he wants to freaking kill him.
He doesn't, though. He doesn't. Yeah, he drafted him, but it seems
there
like
could only be one Tom Brady. Let's be real. It's no Tom, but
yeah,
I mean,
but
he's trying
like
to fill those shoes.
You get mad at, and then you wake up in the morning and you're like, well, I can't do any better, so whatever, I forgive you.
Here's some pancakes.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's what Mac Jones is.
Poor Mac
That's
Jones.
that's the Bill Belichick to Mac Jones analogy.
Yeah.
I got you. I like that.
They should go to therapy. So
Yeah, maybe they need a little therapy. Yeah, get their relationship fixed up.
we'll
But
see what
anyway.
I guess we'll see what
Max
the
said,
Pats
I'm going to
do.
go play for
Pick
Atlanta.
somebody up. Who can they go pick up right now off of who's available that's worth anything besides Matt
They go
Ryan?
get Colt McCoy.
Yeah,
Josh Rosen's out there.
Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen's available.
Rosen.
But yeah, I mean, if we talk about Colt McCoy, we did bring it up. It's sad that he got cut. But if you've been watching preseason football for the Arizona Cardinals, I do think everybody who actually paid attention could tell you that he struggled a lot this preseason. He wasn't right. I wonder if he's still injured.
Years old, and just coming off an injury, and he even said it during Hard Knocks in season. Didn't he talk about his injury a little bit?
I don't recall.
I feel like he did, and he was like on the verge of retiring, anyways. And then I think Kyler went down, and he's like, "Well, I guess I got to stick around." And then now he's gone, anyways. But
he's
probably done.
Pick up. Go ahead.
No, I was saying when he talked on the show, it kind of felt like he would be a good fit for like coaching staff sometime down the road.
Where's Mike White?
I could see that.
So maybe that's time for his next chapter. You know what I mean?
He's in Miami, Brad.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that,
that's a great signing for them because we all know that Tua could go down in any minute. And the thing about Tua that scares me, and I was thinking about this earlier because I was on the Tyreek Hill track. I'm like, okay, Tyreek Hill, is he draftable for me this year? Or would I value him? He's definitely draftable. But like my brain goes, okay, well, I'm a little worried about Tua because to me, if Tua takes anything that looks like a concussion in a game, I think they're going to have to really be very super careful with bringing him back. If he takes an actual concussion, you're not going to see him on the field for 4 weeks, is my opinion, because of what.
Or maybe. Last year I thought he was done.
I thought he was done. The way his arm was, I'm like, he's done.
Like he's early retirement. You're out, dude.
And so it's a danger, it's a risk. And I would actually, when I was doing my research, I said, oh, okay, they got Mike White. And I was like, that's a good backup to have. That is perfect. I think Mike White is, so that's alleviated any fears I have of drafting a Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, because I do think Mike White is a very suitable backup. He'll come in and be a pro if he needs to be there.
Dude, if Jarrett Stidham was the quarterback, I'd still have faith in Tyreek Hill. Like, you give that guy with the one ball, 1 yard, and that guy can run for 99.
So, I agree with that, but I also think that going into our drafts, people are going to be viewing and valuing him as a top 4 wide receiver and paying that kind of money for it. So if that's the case, when I pay up on a player in a salary cap league, I want to make sure I'm going to get that value.
He'll be top
4. Okay, not with Jared Stidham, it would not be.
Well, with Jared Stidham, you're right.
I do think there are like drop offs. He'll still be producing.
He'd be top 12.
Exactly. I think you give him Jared Stidham, he'll be a top 12 guy. You give him Mike White, he's about a top 8 guy. You give him Tua, and he's about a top 5 guy. So I do think with those like little click backwards, I get a little worried about that.
So what would Justin Jefferson be with Herbert?
Not Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, with Herbert. What if he was on San Diego with Herbert? What would happen with him?
Now we're time traveling too, because he said San Diego.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No.
LA.
Justin
Herbert
will
always be San Diego. My heart.
And Justin Jefferson
sounds better. Sounds way
would
better.
Be sick.
Yeah, that would be. That'd be lights out.
He'd have 2,100 yards.
Look at this. We got another question.
We have another question.
Just finished my 10-man PPR draft. Thoughts?
Okay.
All right.
That's not bad, man. I like that. CD,
yeah.
Cooper Kupp, and Metcalf, those are beasts. I mean, even if Cooper Kupp, like you said, the Justin Jefferson, he doesn't have a great QB, he's still top 12. Jalen Hurts, top 5 for sure.
Miles Sanders.
If Dalvin Cook goes down, you got a starter. So I love that. Miles Sanders, he's the go-to guy there. So
What's the bench looking like, Colby? Just
tell you
type
what,
that in
though,
there because it'd be
this is the
Njoku
type of
that.
roster. This is the type of roster I like a lot. It is because I always say like I like running back heavy rosters. This is the type of roster that can be not running back heavy and still be a very suitable roster. When you get Jalen Hurts, who's probably the number one quarterback, and honestly, Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook is there. As soon as Breece Hall is healthy, I think he's the producer of that backfield. I mean, Dalvin Cook is good and didn't really have much of a drop off last year, but Breece Hall is on another level. So I think he's going to be healthy come 4 weeks into the season, healthy and running just as strong as he ran last year. So that's why I like this roster a lot. You got
And
three
Miles
really
Sanders,
high end.
he's going to get the
wide
touches.
receivers.
I'm not sure if he's going to produce the way he did in Philly, but if he's
Guaranteed
touching the ball
touches.
25, 30 times, I mean, I like that. I like those numbers.
Yeah. No, that's a really solid roster. I would give that an A.
Yeah, a couple of PPRs.
Yeah, the Njoku would be the only
going. Let's see.
only
Bench.
mark
There
I
you
have
go.
against that.
Montgomery, Sutton.
Got a little bench. All right, let's look at the bench.
Yeah, not
Drake
too
London.
shabby.
He'll be undervalued. I love Cortland Sutton this year. Everybody's on Jerry Jeudy. I'm on Cortland Sutton.
Dude,
Gabe Davis.
Kincaid, not bad.
Gabe Davis is going to have a bounce back year. You know what? He burned me last year. His name came up in my research in the last few days, and I was like, man, I was so high on Gabe Davis last year. But if you look back at what happened,
he had one fantastic game, right? Like where I think he put up quite a bit. I don't remember, but
that's what he is. He's a roller coaster.
Yeah,
he is.
It was done.
That's how it is, and I think it still will be kind of some of that. But I think he'll find a little more consistency this year. I think he had that injury to his ankle. I think Josh Allen took that injury to his elbow, and I think those two things kind of intertwined with each other. And he was kind of garbage last year, which sucked because I think he's a super talented receiver, and he does play in that role, like I said, opposite of a super high-end number one wide receiver, which should open coverage. One little downside is they did draft Dalton Kincaid this year, the tight end, and he's expected to be quite the little stud, I guess. So
yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I knocked him for Njoku, but I didn't realize he had Kincaid on his bench. So there you go.
Oh, he's got Kincaid too. Okay, so he's actually covering that. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
now. That's good.
So you knocked
I give this a solid A+, man.
I like Njoku. He was good last year.
Njoku.
Yeah,
he's solid.
Last year, then.
That's
last
A+.
year.
A+ from
last
Brad.
year.
High praises.
You're right.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Colby. Let's switch gears
can we
and
rate?
go
Oh,
Cardinals.
go
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What's up?
I was gonna say, do you guys want to rate my?
Oh,
his
yeah.
roster.
Can you go ahead and
Now,
submit
supposedly this is
through the chat,
an A
please?
minus, guys. But
An A-. Let's hear it.
I waited a little long to get the quarterback, so I ended up with Deshaun Watson as my QB1. My running backs, I got Nick Chubb. Happy with that.
Chubb, love that.
Yep. I got Derrick Henry. Happy with that.
Ooh.
Yep. I got, now for receivers, I got T. Higgins and I got Amari Cooper.
Like those. We got the Watson and Cooper tandem.
I
like
do.
You got Browns everywhere. I didn't realize
I
that.
kind of do.
Oh my
yeah.
God, you got Chubb and you're all
Chubb,
in.
Watson.
Yeah,
Cooper.
I ended up with a lot of Cleveland players. Yeah.
It's be a tough bye week.
It is. I'll worry about that then. Maybe I'll just take an L that week and just.
Dude, sometimes
That's how
it's better
I
just
roll,
to have
baby.
all week.
All good.
Yeah,
Just take
don't
the
worry
week
about
off. Let him
Yeah.
have the W. Leave it alone.
For tight end, I got T.J. Hawkinson.
Hawkinson. I like that name.
He's a top
Really?
5.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. I tend to take tight ends earlier than most people because I
Should've
feel like
taken
that
I feel like we
position-
actually have more tight ends the last 2 years than we did. There was like a 3-year span where
Yeah.
there weren't there's like 2 or 3 good ones. The rest were garbage.
There's still 2 or 3.
That's
good
when I
ones.
was playing a lot.
There's like
more,
5
so
good ones now.
That's
maybe
still in my
6.
mind.
There's
There's
no,
only a
that's
few.
that you drop a tier. It's
There's
a drop
there's
off.
one. There's tier 1, which is Kelsey.
Yeah.
There's
The top.
tier
yeah.
2, which is Andrews.
Andrews and
then-
Waller.
And then I think Waller creeps right in there too. Yes, and then there's another step down. I think to those,
but
rest
at
of those
least
guys.
enough
But
to
I think
go
it's-
around to like help out half the league. Whereas before, like if you didn't get one of the two guys, then you were kind of like,
I think
tight end's
Goddard
not going to produce.
and Hawkinson are that next two guys
Next
that are
two,
right
yeah.
there. Yeah,
And they've
which
gotten
are
better.
which
over
to
the
me,
years.
I think those guys are valuable enough. I can get out of draft and just have one of those guys. If it's Hawkinson, Waller, or Goddard, I feel okay.
I'm
with
going
that.
for Kelsey this year. I'm paying for him.
Ooh, you're gonna pay for it.
He is.
Sorry, how much would you pay for
He's
Kelsey?
He's a high producer though.
Kelsey tight end. I once paid $83 for a tight end.
Well, that's Jimmy Graham. That's a totally
That was an
different story.
accident, everyone.
That
Just
was an
let it be
accident.
known.
You didn't
Let it
mean
be
to.
on the record. I went to go
Sorry.
hit 13. I think I had a beer in one hand, a cigarette in my mouth, and I think I was on my phone. And then I hit 83, and it all went to hell from there. But I mean, it's a good story. But yeah, Kelsey, $30.
40.
No.
He went to
40.
he went to 37 last year. So
Did
I
he?
think
Okay.
I think he's going to go
40.
for. I think he's going to do 40. I think
I'm
he's going to
spending
go for
40.
40.
I'm just
You're
gonna
going to spend
bump
40.
it up to 40 and just say, like, there you go, guys.
Well, don't do that, Brett. That's
I know,
bad.
I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot.
Don't do
Just
that.
right up.
Then
right out
someone
of the
clicks
gate.
41. Yeah.
You know what? If you do that, my record might get shattered. Somebody will pay $84 for him by the time the bidding war is over. Yeah, go 40. I like it.
Don't do it.
Who else you got on the roster, Matt?
My flex spot, I got Ayuk.
Like
Happy
it.
with that too. You want to know about the kicker? I don't think you do.
Nope.
San
Hell yeah,
Francisco defense.
Come on.
Pretty happy with it. I
Oust the
also made a
kicker.
mistake in taking a defense way too early, but I wanted San Francisco defense. Okay, I'll tell you the kicker.
Dude, I root for
Seabass.
the
Not
kicker.
talking kickers. You got
Dude, they
Seabass?
play. They
I'm a
play for
Bats
20
man.
years. They're the most hated player on the team because they miss
Yes.
field goals, and then everyone hates
Hate
them.
them.
Or
I
they
feel
love
bad-
him.
I
when
feel
they
bad
win
for the
game,
kicker.
Sorrow.
Exactly. And I still have yet to play the Adam Sandler song about the lonesome kicker. I'm gonna play it next weekend or next
you
time
go.
we're on. It's a badass song. All right,
Play it
how do you
for
guys
them.
rate Matt's team?
Real quick,
I can tell you my
I would
bench
say
if you
San
want.
Francisco. They look super good, but keep an eye out. There might be some crazy good defenses that step up this year that you weren't expecting, like Detroit, something like that. So
Yeah, Detroit.
keep an eye on them. They might be free in your league right now. So if you got like someone you don't like, you might want to roll with two defenses.
You know
And
what
then
I
that
was
way you
thinking
can-
about this week? Or week one, if you're going to be streaming defenses, which I plan on pretty much doing. One thing, that league we're in, Matt, they got no waiver wire limits, so you can
I
make as
saw
many
that.
moves as you possibly want.
God. The good old days.
I think they're
knew Brad was
noobs.
gonna get a kick
Maybe.
out
I
of
don't
that.
know.
Yeah. That I saw that and I was like, okay, that's a big fucking advantage right out the
Dude,
gate.
I would pick up the same person in the same week twice because
Yeah.
I drop him, change my mind, and go pick him up again.
Yep,
Yeah.
because you can. Because it's
Yeah.
No, I
unlimited.
haven't issues.
Really
Unlimited funds.
Like,
That's
I
careless
didn't-
is what it is, guys.
I haven't
It's
even
careless.
picked a kicker in
Just
that
kidding.
league yet. I didn't draft a kicker
Because you
so
don't
I'm
have
just
to.
waiting. I'm
No,
waiting.
not all heroes wear capes.
Depending on who they're playing and who's available, and you match it up and get the most out of
Yeah.
the kicker every
We'll figure it
single
out.
week.
Well, I have a
Unlimited.
kicker. You want to trade?
Oh, sure.
No one-
Yeah, let's talk trades.
I'm a Bass man.
I'll take
So
a kicker.
is that a A- squad, Brad and Rich? What he just
I think it's an
Yeah.
A. It's solid
That's
A.
what-
Okay.
Solid A.
Any team, like to me, I don't even care. If you can walk out of a 12-team draft with Chubb
Chubb
and Henry.
Yeah.
bomb.
The only thing
Solid.
you didn't do, Matt, was what I told you to do, which maybe you should still invest. Who's on your bench?
Oh, right. Okay. I got.
I
AJ
told him to
Dillon.
get the handcuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I never got around to it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
anyways, my bench is AJ Dillon, Brandon Cooks, Jerick McKinnon, Kadarius Toney, Brock Purdy, like I talked about earlier, and Rashad Mostert. That
Keep
one you
Toney
did tell me
forever.
about, and I took.
I think
that.
either McKinnon or
Keep Toney
Mostert
forever.
could. Who?
Oh yeah, Kadarius Toney. Oh yeah.
Kadarius Toney, keep him forever.
I'm keeping
He's gonna be bomb.
So
I would
think
get him
honestly,
myself, but I'm gonna get Kelsey, so I don't want to double him up like you did with all.
Brad, don't
I
you
know,
think
I got
Matt
too many
should
Browns.
drop somebody, either
You should drop two
McKinnon
people. McKinnon.
or Okay.
Dude, don't drop Mostert because this is what I think. Mostert's going to start off hot in the first 2-3 weeks, and then you can trade him. So don't just drop him. McKinnon's not going to get the opportunity.
Is he ever going to start for you?
No. So you drop him.
Right.
You obviously can get a handcuff, but then
Ty
also
J. Spears.
The defense. I forget the
Jay
other
Spears,
guy.
right? Yeah, I remember that now.
Ty J. Spears. That's the handcuff in Tennessee. And honestly, I don't want to jinx your player, but I have a little bit of worry with Derrick Henry this year. So I do think if he's drafted, you need to make sure you get Ty J. Spears. He's had so much usage over the years that it just worries me a little bit to put that much tread on the tires. He is, but he's had an injury before that's put him down for almost a year. So
who else is on your bench?
I just read off the whole bench.
I know.
That's all I got. Oh, okay. No problem. AJ Dillon, Brendan Cooks,
Dillon. That's what I was thinking. AJ Dillon.
Okay.
I like Dillon. I don't know. I'd keep Dillon over McKinnon.
No, I'm saying like string the defenses. I think he needs to drop 2.
Oh,
what's
defense. It? Oh, what defense?
San Francisco.
Yeah, what are the defense available in your league?
They're not great. A lot of defenses got drafted. I looked at this.
Really?
But you know which one I'm thinking about in our league is Washington.
You go for it.
The Commandos?
You know because Commandos. You know who they play week 1, right?
The Arizona Cardinals.
The Arizona Cardinals, baby.
so you definitely
guys,
are you a Cardinals fan?
I know that's
the
last thing Brad wants to do, but
I'm not shaming you. I'm right.
They're going to start either Josh Dobbs, who hasn't started at all for us, hasn't thrown one pass ever for the Cardinals, or Clayton Tune. So either of these situations on the road against Washington's defense, which is actually a very good defense, a lot of great players. That defensive line is stout. That's scary. I think week 1, if you're going to stream defenses, go ahead and get Washington and New Orleans because they have matchups at the start of their season like nobody's business. Those are the defensive matchups you want.
Yeah.
Handcuffs, real quick.
Go ahead. They made a ton of moves this week. A ton of different things.
Yeah.
Well, we got a bunch of news on them.
52-man roster.
Yeah.
And we got
which one do you want to start with? There's a few.
Yeah.
McCoy's gone. We talked about that. Kyler on the physically unable to play pup list. So that's 4 weeks. So he's not coming back week 1 like I was hoping.
Dude, he's
no,
not
I said
it.
They're full tank.
I said it.
What?
You said that?
No. I did not say that.
I did.
That was sorry.
I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
No.
I'm admitting. I didn't want you to pull the tape, because I'm just going to tell you right now.
We'll find it.
It was me. No, you don't have to. Don't waste your time. It was me.
Can I bet burritos on this?
On what?
Burritos on what?
What are we betting?
Kyler Murray will start.
Oh well, I already lost. I already owe you a burrito because I said.
Well, let's reset. When do we think he starts again? For the
I'll bet you burrito every week.
The schedule.
So the whole year, 17 burritos.
Who do we play week 7? Let's see. I
think 7's too late.
Too late?
I'll tell you. I think he starts week 10.
Week 10?
Damn.
There's some people in the NFL that are saying he's not going to play at all this entire year. I don't know about that.
There's not.
Why would a lot of money to be leaving on the bench?
Dude, he wants to play because if he doesn't play,
are we planning on winning one?
Are
we planning on winning? We're not planning on, right?
No. So I say to go defeated. We're going defeated.
Just based on everything that they've been doing, they're tanking. That's my opinion.
It seems like a tank mode.
They trade away Simmons. They got
positioning themselves.
A good veteran.
Building up.
I think it's a whole shift. Yeah, it's a whole shift. I think what we're seeing is, and they traded that offensive lineman too. I realized Josh Jones. It's Steve Keim pick. They're clearing house, man. They're getting rid of everything associated with the old regime.
Yeah, they're getting rid of the bad, whatever it's called.
Juju. Who's
Juju? Thank you.
Who's a top pick of the last regime?
Yeah, exactly.
What was that guy? Oh, that's right. That was Kyler F. Murray, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah.
Andy Isabella's gone.
Yes, we talked about Andy Isabella today.
Yeah.
Could have had
I think he comes back week 6 against
Week
the
6,
away against the Rams.
I need
feel
to update my spreadsheet real quick, guys, because I have it all in here.
I don't think he'll stay.
Someone thinks he's so cool when he brings up
I
his
love
spreadsheet. that he
I love
made.
spreadsheets. I don't know what to tell you. They're
Hey guys, you
fantastic.
ever heard of this thing called?
There's people out there that appreciate spreadsheets. Just saying.
Dude, I bet you
I'm
go to
not,
Starbucks.
I'm not trying to
drink a coffee, and just
disrespect
pull up
the
spreadsheets.
spreadsheet, bro.
They still call them spreadsheets, right?
Come at me, bro. Yeah, they're no. I think they're called
Don't
something
come at
else.
me.
I call okay.
I can't.
When,
I can't.
when you guys
can't
see a
keep up.
PowerPoint presentation, what do you
Love
call
it.
it?
A
You
slide
still
deck.
call it
It's called a
Slideshow?
deck. It's a
now
deck.
people call it a slide deck. I sound
It's a
old when I
deck.
say.
Yeah.
"No,
How
it's
about that
a PowerPoint?"
PowerPoint?
Slide
They're
deck?
Like, oh,
slide
Matt,
deck?
you nerd, you old guy. Yeah, it's called it. Well, I was on a Zoom call with a super young loan officer dude, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to show you the deck," and I was like, "Wait, what are you going to show me?"
You're gonna show me what?
The PowerPoint. And he's like, "What's that?"
Don't you want to see
Yeah,
the
it's
deck?
called a deck now. It's a deck.
Well,
I
the
can-
reason I
I
said
can-
that is
I have
Yes.
a long deck. How do you feel about watching
I
it?
can email you the deck.
I feel like we've gone astray here, guys.
Yeah,
a little bit.
No. What are we talking
Enough
about?
But no, the
Well,
reason I said that is
we're
because
close to wrapping. We're getting funny and
do they
whatever.
still
But
call it Excel spreadsheet? I guess that's where I was going with that.
Excel spreadsheet.
Ooh, I don't know.
Just
I
keep
don't
me
know.
up to date because I don't know.
I think it is still called an Excel spreadsheet. I'm pretty sure. This is riveting, by the way. Everybody,
Do we have any
everybody
viewers
listening.
anymore? No, we don't.
we still have
Okay,
a
that's
couple.
good.
Yeah, they're hanging on. We got about 10 more minutes to go, but
The viewership starts. Wait.
exactly. Yeah, no. We'll stop.
Oh, I swear,
Stop
guys.
talking about computer software, and we'll move on back to football.
This is the fucking boringest podcast I ever listened to. All right. What else we got? We got anything else? Nothing? Tyler,
Did we?
Cardinals.
Well, we hit a bit of fantasy. We had a couple good viewers. Yeah,
Oh,
the Cardinals
handcuffs.
are.
I got
Handcuffs.
still handcuffs. They're important, but don't do them all the time. You gotta. That's the piece of advice that I was looking to bring to people was, unless it's a clear handcuff. Like I told Matt, go get Tyjae Spears. That I think Derrick Henry owners should all roster Tyjae Spears. I think as someone who will be drafting Bijan Robinson. All right. I'm going to have Bijan Robinson in both my leagues.
I was just about to bring him up.
I will have Tyler Algier on both those rosters. I have it in that one league. I will do it in this one. I will make sure it happens.
$10 for him on this league.
You shut up, Brad.
Don't you gotta pay for that handcuff. I'm paying 40 for Kelsey. You're paying 10 for him. I'll tell you that.
Stop it. Is this about Waller?
This is about Waller. I'm not paying 25 for Waller. I'm going to pay 40 for Kelsey.
That's right. Okay. All right. Well, whatever.
So now you're getting for 15. So congrats.
No, fuck off. The only person who
where
would
you
even
pay
be
the extra
thinking
10.
about this is you. So if you do that, you're a jerk. Because I don't think the rest of the league's thinking about it. Yeah. I'm good.
I mean, the past few weeks, a lot of inside info has been shared. So, like, the three of us are in one league. So now, what if I really do want to go for one of your players? But I'll be like, damn it, he said he wanted that guy.
Yeah.
I don't,
Hey,
but
Well,
I'll keep it. I won't do it out of spite. I won't be like an asshole about it. But if I'm going at it's actually because I have money and I want to do it. So just full disclosure, I'm not out to get you.
Yeah, sorry. If you want a player and Rich is bidding him, just don't even make eye contact with him. Just hit the +1.
Yeah,
And
there's
just don't-
Wi-Fi
just stare at
throughout
the
the whole
screen.
house. And
Yeah,
just,
it's
no, I was
super
gonna
awkward.
lock myself in the bed in the bedroom downstairs, and just that way he can't get in. And we're
Someone's
good.
got his own room. If this is about Tyler Algier, I'm going to knock down that door because I'm going to be real mad.
Well, Sorope's gonna make you buy him a new door then, because no, it's worth it. It's totally
Can I
worth
talk to you
Worth it. Yeah.
it.
outside?
Yeah.
Can I talk
No,
to
I'm
you?
good. I'm good,
Jump
Rich.
in.
I'm just
Let's go.
gonna have some Pringles here and hang out. I hope there's some.
Really though, that is the risk you run in a salary cap league though too. If I have Bijan and I have my eyes set on Tyler Algier, somebody could at the end still have some money lying around, and I might miss out on it.
Real
That would
quick,
suck.
and when you're doing the snake, or it's not snake draft, but even snake draft, I should say, or an auction draft, you need to look at other people's teams and not just be so focused on what you have. you know, like there's going to be a time where you don't want players coming off the board for like 3-4 players at a time. Go to everyone's rosters and see, like, oh my God, like, sorry, I noticed you right away. Last year, I'm like, he still doesn't have a running back. Why doesn't he have a running back? You know, and then you look for people, and then you're like, holy shit, Eddie just drafted Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers. Like, what the hell was he thinking?
Or that one everyone knew about. Yeah, he had 3 or 4 quarterbacks by the end of the draft. Right?
He spent like $70 on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Horrible draft.
Yeah, so like there's stuff like that where, like, if you see someone bidding up a quarterback and he already has one, fucking stick it to him.
Yeah,
like let him pay for those 2 quarterbacks unless you need him.
But you don't know what number he's going to stop at, and then you may get stuck with a quarterback and pay too much. But everything is strategy. But what Brad's saying is totally great advice, because you're right. If you're zoned in only on your screen and your people, you don't know how much. For us, it's a snake draft. You can look up and Turtle can have $11 left, and then game on. You know, like he's getting nobody else because now you have that advantage. So
if
that's good advice.
If you can take the number and qualitatively like give yourself the analysis of what the rosters are looking like too, you can kind of balance sheet that out in your head real quick if you're fast enough and kind of go, hey, well, this guy needs to get a running back still. He's only got one. Okay. He's going to be going after a running back. These are the running backs that are left. This is what money he has left. It's kind of like gives you that view of it. And then like in a snake draft, if you can do the same thing, when you have like 2 picks coming up, you can go around your league and look, like this team still needs a quarterback. This team already has 2. He's definitely not going to draft one. Do I need to draft one in this moment to be able to get ahead of that or not, based on what other teams have been doing? Yeah, you got to have the whole picture.
Two completely different drafts.
Draft off a laptop. I did the tablet for years because it's user friendly. It's nice and easy, but there's so much you miss with not.
Yeah, you don't see the interface is way different.
Full screen. There's
yeah.
I'm
bringing 3 screens this year.
I know it's easy just to get in the Uber and grab the tablet and not take the whole bag, but I'm telling you, if you want to set up for success, take the laptop.
Show up. Got a wall of TV.
Sorrow the fucking hack. I could see him like the hacker with the headset and the monitors.
Yeah.
The chair leans back at 45 degrees so you can see him.
I got Matt in my ear. Oh no, Matt's got me in his ear. I'm like, Matt, pull that up. Like, I don't know. We'll just take the whole thing down. But yeah, snake and auction are way different. I am a huge fan of our auction drafts. I don't know if I would ever care to do a snake draft ever again. Probably because I wouldn't know how to, like, I don't even know what position's good, to be honest with you. Like, what's a good position to draft in?
It depends on how you want to build the roster out.
Dude,
you can do most of it.
Yeah, I know. But somebody who was
like, it's just
somebody I work with, they're number 6, and they're like, it's such a horrible position. And I was like, okay, I actually don't know.
I kind of like 6 if it's a 12 team, because then it's just steady. You're right there in the middle of every round. So I like that. Being top heavy is tough. Like if you're in the 1 to the 4, it's a little tougher because you get those weights. Yeah, you get weights, and then you get spots where you're close again. So it's tough. I mean, I think I'd prefer to be like at the 6 hole, because then I just have it on repeat. I just keep
because you get the 6th, the 12th, the 18th, right? It goes by 6.
6, 18, you just be 12 at the time.
That's not
maybe that's why I got an A, because I was number 6.
Well,
oh,
I got an F, and we'll see how that goes, because
we'll see how it plays.
I still
get
think I will dominate that league, actually, to be honest with you. I'm already looking at some trades that I like in that league, so I got a couple out there.
Depending on the outcome, I'll either brag about having the A or not.
Or not. Yeah. 50-50 at this point.
Full
yeah. Well, I was projected last year and won my league. I plan on doing the same. Yeah. All right, we should wrap up, huh?
Let's wrap up. Yeah, season starts in how many days? 9 days or something?
Next Thursday.
A week from Thursday.
Yes, sir.
So we'll be back on next week. We'll kind of fill you in on our draft, and hopefully you guys can chime in and tell us a little bit more if you drafted. Thanks for listening. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the questions, Z Money and
Colby.
Yeah,
Colby
keep us posted. Let us know how your teams are doing.
Yeah, can't wait to hear how week 1 goes for you guys.
For sure. Yeah, and
Listen.
subscribe and share
All
with
that
a friend.
stuff.
Yeah, all that good
Smash
stuff.
that like button.
Yeah.
But don't
Slide
break your
check.
computer screen because
Yeah.
we would be held liable. So
Gently press.
gently press it, but
Just
tell your friends while
But
you press it.
with enthusiasm. With
Yeah.
enthusiasm.
Like a little
Yes.
yeehaw, something like that. That's fine.
Speaking of which,
all right. Good night, everybody.
Yeehaw.
Oh,
Yeehaw.
speaking of which, yeah. Roll us out, Matt. Roll us out.